ICP has been on a tear, and I had to look back to see when I first got in, when I first said go buy, and I realized it was 3 months ago from this video right here. This video, I looked at it, it was marked October 5th. So right here, where is it? October 5th. And I had to go back and I was like, man, I can't believe it, because the price I looked in the video when I looked at it, when I said, I finally bought ICP, buy signal. And I was like, well, that's back here. And I can't believe how much it's gone up. And I had to reflect and look how strong it was, like literally caught it before all the strength. So I bought about 4,000 ICP, but really at the bottom. I averaged around 365. Yeah, I bought some over 4 also. As it was going, I could see it going. I wish I would have bought more now, but this is the thing. And I don't sell. And a lot of people are telling me, sell, DK. I have 3,000 here and over another 1,000 in the NNS. Some of it's stakes, some not. So I'm doing good. And I love ICP, and I think it's going to go higher. And a lot of people are telling me in my ear, should sell. You're dumb. You're an idiot. But am I? I'm the one that picked it off on lows. I'm the one that literally changed my mind from an honest review of ICP where I said, watch out the price movement and the inflation, and then literally what price to buy it. And I finally bought it because I'm analytical and I look at what's going on out there. And I had to say to myself, what made this work? What made this work? Because I made a ton of money on this so far. I haven't sold any, and I'm not going to sell any, because what's happening right here, ICP is just getting discovered. We're just in price discovery mode, number one. Number two, if you look at the chart closely right here, this is really just consolidation. Yeah, it dumped down here, and I expected it to come back down, because sometimes when it goes up this fast, it kind of backfills, and this is kind of your backfill moment. And then it basically just bounced off. It came down like about 1050 or something like that. It just bounced off this line. And now, listen, it's consolidating around $12, $13. I'm fine with that. It hit all the way to 16. There's no reason for me, at least, to sell this. You guys can make your own decisions, but it's very similar to this, where it just consolidated in the 8s and 9s, and then it went up all the way to 16. Now it's in this middle ground. It's finding where it is, where it's supposed to be, kind of price discovery. I love the fact when it hit in the 10s, it just bounced right off of it. I was watching it right then, and I actually bought some as this was happening on leverage, just to trade back and forth, because I was like, I could see the demand coming in. So, I just love it. And I had to go to myself, what is the next ICP? What is the next one? What worked here? It was an underrated asset, an underrated project. It was a project that very few people were even looking at, but it had great tech and great stuff. It has AI. It was, it's basically AWS for on-chain. It's doing stuff no one else is. What else is out there where we can make these kind of gains in such a short period of time? Basically, this is over a 4X already for a lot of people, including myself. And it's probably going to become 5X and 10X for me during the bull run. I think this is going to run. I've given my thoughts on a prior video over here where I think the price prediction is probably going to get very close to that $100 mark. If you look at this video is really good too. The top 3 pre-sales. So that's another way where you can get like 20X, 30X, 40X, 50X stuff. But where I think ICP is going is a very bright future, and we're so far ahead of everyone else. It's like alien technology compared to everyone else. Now, there is something I did buy some stuff on the ICP network, which now people are starting to do. I bought some Cloud, which is a meme coin, which I'm up a little bit. I think I doubled. And I bought another one called Alien. You can follow me here over in Twitter. I announced this crazy shit that I do. Don't follow me. It's just crazy. You shouldn't follow me on those. Like, those plays are just, I'm stupid. And I throw I don't throw a lot, like $50, $100 at them. I'm trying to get more into the ICP ecosystem because I think it's going to do well. And then when you look at stuff like this, you realize how far ahead ICP is. Actual transactions per second, 5,000 plus. No one comes close. Solana is 3,000 plus. I mean, ICP is almost doubling. Block finality, 1 to 2 seconds. No one else really comes close, energy consumption. Again, ICP is the leader. On-chain storage costs $5 versus the closest one is like Cardano at $17,000 per 1 gig. When you start to realize how amazing ICP is, what else is out there? Well, I'm going to show you guys what else is out there. This is the one. I'm going to give you my thesis for it. It's called Constellation. It is a layer 1. Okay, you guys have to bear with me why I think this could be the next big one, why this could be the next ICP kind of gains and just take off. Okay, so let's look at this in a very strategic way. first, and then we'll get into the tech. Tech, we're not going to cover too much. You can look it up yourselves, but I want to give you the thesis why I think Constellation, or DAG as its token ticker is, why it could be the next one. If we look over, we'll go to max. Look at how much it went up to. Went up to about 45 cents in the last bull run. It's come all the way down. In fact, not only did it go all the way down, it went all the way down about 2.5, let's say 3 cents. It's only doubled from the bottom. And I had actually bought DAG before this. I had bought DAG as high as, I think, 6 cents, 6 cents. Yeah, maybe even a little bit more at times. Well, no, I think, yeah, 5, 6 cents. I had probably bought it before, kind of in the bear market and so forth. So I've actually been picking up some here and there again. Now, this is why DAG has the massive potential, because this is what I want you guys to look at. Why is it undervalued? Why is it undiscovered? This is what you got to look at. Look at the exchanges that sell DAG. And to keep in mind, this is a layer 1 with contracts with the US Air Force. Government has contracts with the government. One more time, contracts with the government. These guys are here to stay, and I'm going to show you some other stuff that they're doing. And AI, big data, they're doing all the stuff everyone wants, and they're already doing it, and they have contracts with governments, with the government. Okay, so let's get into this. Look who's selling it. KuCoin. If you're in the United States, you can't use KuCoin because they will KYC you and you can't use it. Gate.io, China, can't use it. Mexi might have like a workaround with a VPN. Maybe that's how I buy it. Maybe. I used to use KuCoin, but of course got kicked out of there. CoinEx I wouldn't use because I got hacked a while back, and it looks the spreads are too big. These two are just junk. I wouldn't even consider them. So when you look at it, there's just not a lot of great exchanges that sell it. There's really 3 exchanges that sell this thing. It's not a lot, and it's not a lot of volume. Then you look at the daily volume and you realize, oh my God, the volume is dead. This is a layer 1. Look at the volume, 1,800,000, 1.2 million, 800,000. You're like, well, that's pretty good. No, it's terrible. It's terrible for a layer 1. And if you go back to the max, because it didn't have great exchanges, like 9 million when it started running, 6 million, 4 million, 5 million, volume days, $12 million days, and it reached 45 cents. I think that goes over $1 this time. And there's enough tokens, even if it goes to $1, 2.9 billion, let's call it 3 billion. $1 makes this worth $1 billion, $3 billion. That's it. This thing can run. This thing can go 10, 20x because it doesn't have the support of the exchanges behind it. It doesn't have a built out enough great exchanges, number 1. Number 2, let's look at another factor that a lot of people are not seeing right now, okay? Let's go to just general cryptocurrencies. Let's go to another layer 1 because this is just as good as any of these other layer 1s. And let's go to something like, let's go to Phantom, right? Phantom is kind of a layer 1, not too much TVL. How much volume did it get today? $185 million, guys. Compare that to $1 million of DAG. 1,185 million. If $185 million worth of volume rips through DAG one day, well, God bless everyone's soul. That thing's going well over $1, if not even higher. Okay. So when you look at the volume right here, comparing it to other L1s, 48 million, 100 million, 90 million on just very average days, number 1. And why am I bringing this up? Well, because if you look at ICP, before all it became discovered and before everybody started talking about it, before people realized how amazing it was, if you looked at the volume, it wasn't that high. Look at it. You can see down here. This is the same thesis, the same theory I'm using, guys, that I've already seen work over here. And we're going to get into more details right now. But look, 13 million, 10 million, 11 million, nothing. The volume is nothing for a layer 1. Granted that ICP was on better exchanges, was already on Binance, already on Coinbase, already on all these places. DAG's not even on those. I don't even know what's going to happen to DAG if it gets on those Binance and Coinbase and Kraken and all these major exchanges. You're talking maybe $2 or $3. My conservative $1 might be too low. Keep that in mind. Look at the volume now. 200 million, 300 million, $1 billion. I mean, the volume is incredible on ICP. And that's another thing regarding ICP. Because the volume is so high now, the unlocks that are taking place the 10th of every month, happened yesterday, for example, are having very minimal impact. So a lot of people were worried about the impact of the unlocks and the vesting tokens. Well, yes, that's one thing when you're only doing $10 million a day in volume. That's a different situation when you're doing $200 million, $300 million, $400 million a day in volume. It can actually soak all those tokens up. So inflation on internet computer to me is basically, the argument is almost null and void because we can soak those tokens up so quickly now. Just look at the volume. It's insane. 150 million on a bad day and a good day, 460 million. I mean, these are insane numbers. So these are things to keep in mind. Supply and demand, supply and demand. So supply and demand is eventually going to happen here over at Constellation. And we can look at it one more time before we get into, go to DAG, and you can kind of see. So this is my pick for the next one that could potentially blow up. It is a layer one. It's only fully diluted. I mean, well, you shouldn't even use that. The undiluted one is 194 million. It's under $200 million for a token that has a partnership with the US Air Force. And it's considered a layer zero. It's considered big data. It already has, great speed, and, has its own wallet. I actually downloaded their wallet, Stargazer wallet. There's not a lot of DAG wallet holders, 25,000. Granted, a lot of them are probably on exchanges, so there's probably even more. So this is really at the start, guys, and then also they have this thing called, I believe it's called Metagraphs, which is basically your own networks, kind of like subnets for what Avalanche does. Well, these guys also have all that. They already have it. And basically that's what the US government is going to be using. Okay. These are the kind of things. And every time someone wants to make their own kind of subnet or metagraph, guess what? They lock up more DAG and more DAG gets used. So every time this network expands, more DAG gets used. Now, these guys are also basically doing real use products like Door. And you basically buy this thing that you put into like your retail establishment, and it counts how many people are coming and going, and it pays you out in Door. And it also helps you keep track of your data. I mean, this is real world stuff, and real world assets. AI is what is driving crypto right now, including Avalanche and ICP. Well, guess who else has it? Guess who else has it? DAG has it. So this is the thesis that I have, that I believe the DAG right now, with its hypergraphs and everything and all the tech it has, and the team is absolutely killer. Look at this. Okay, look at this team. This guy, Alan, over 25 years of experience in large global 1,000 corporations, and has been the leading edge of implementing emerging technologies around the world. He used to be the chief technology officer at H&M. So they're bringing real world people into this. This guy, look at this guy, Eric Bethel, global finance professional with experience in private and public sectors. He was nominated by the president and confirmed unanimously by the Senate to represent the United States at the World Bank. Who else has people like this? This is reminding me again of a great team of ICP. ICP has the best cryptographers in the industry. These guys are different. They don't need as many cryptographers. What they need is they're trying to make these government connections. Okay. They're trying to become real world assets. Okay. Look at this guy, recognized as a top 100 solutions in the United States by the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy. I mean, everyone is connected somehow to government or big tech. I believe one of them is connected to Microsoft. Yeah. Former Microsoft executive. You got big tech and government here. So if you got ICP and it took off, this is my thesis right here. Again, you got to do your own research. There's a lot in DAG. DAG has a whole thing about its interoperability, its scalability, its speed. It's got a whole white paper. You got to read it. Frankly, I don't know if it makes much of a difference, because this is what I'm looking at. I know a lot of people get big into the tech. I'm not so big into the tech. I'm looking at the driving forces. The driving force is, I do believe that these guys have the right technology, and I do believe that these exchanges will be expanding, and the DAG and the Constellation ecosystem is going to be expanding in 2024. These guys have been around. They've been doing exactly, guess what ICP was doing, building. Look at this. They ICO'd in 2018. They've been doing this for 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. 5 years. So this is my theory and my thesis for Constellation. 2024 is the year for Constellation. If you missed out on ICP, it's not too late. In my opinion, you can still get in. I think you can still do great. But this has only doubled. Constellation has only doubled from the bottom. I believe that there's a lot more to go on this. So I'm going to be talking more about Constellation going forward. I believe this is a very undervalued, hidden, undiscovered asset. The fact it's only worth $200 million, under $200 million is absolutely fucking insane. It blows my mind. Do your own research. Just don't go into the projects because YouTubers talk about them. Do your own research. See if they fit you or your portfolio. I own a ton of DAG. I'm over 100,000. I'm going to be continuing to buy it. I'm going to try to get up to 200,000, 250. You get to own you can own a node and you can stake and you get rewards, but the nodes, they're closed off right now from what I understand, and they've changed it a little bit. So you might have to research that a little bit about how it's working, but more hypergraphs they bring in, more clients they bring in like Door, more of the Constellation and DAG tokens get locked up long-term also, and more get used. So as the network grows, it grows. And I'm just hoping this grows. This whole ecosystem where you can buy it, where you can sell it, decentralization, all of this is going to happen. I believe they have a way you can buy and sell it decentralized now too. I did download the Stargazer wallet, which is really cool. A lot of stuff that's kind of comparable to ICP, kind of undiscovered, low volume, nobody's noticing, kind of hidden, AI, great team, kind of has the same vibe, kind of has the same thing. And this is what I'm looking for, to duplicating these things over and over and over and over again. 4x on ICP. I believe ICP will be my 10 or 20x by the time I'm done with it. If I'm done with it, I might just sit there and collect passive income from it. I don't know. But Constellation, this could be our next 10 or 20x also. If you missed out on ICP, you feel like it might be too pricey, which I don't think it is. I think ICP has a ways to go. So anyway, guys, hope that was helpful. Drop some info in the comment section if you think I should look at another layer one that's undervalued like this. Hit me up. This is only 241 in all of crypto. That's pretty low for a layer one with all these contacts and connections. I think Constellation can become a top 100, and I actually think it can become a top 50 token by the time people realize what it is. I think 3 billion is just a start. I think 6 and 5 and 9 and 10 billion is absolutely on the ball game once people realize what they're doing and how hidden they are. And all they need is 1 or 2 major exchanges, and we're on. All right, guys, take care.